The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I'm a big fish in a small pond, got my days free and the nights long. I create my own reality, who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be, who I am is fine with me. It's who I am, it's who I am, who I am is fine with me.
All right, here we go. Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? Welcome to our show. We want to thank Jim Bell. He's our producer and engineer. He is with Armed Radio, and that's our mother station. And Armed Radio and Jimmy, they take care of all of that. So we want to welcome you and just let you know that we are broadcasting live from New York City. And it's a beautiful, beautiful fall day today, and Alex and I were trying to decide, windows open, windows closed. Oh, hold on, we're going to start this again.
Uh-oh.
All right, so radio's still going, that's okay. Sometimes these things happen, we're going to start. There was an error, refresh and try. Okay, so hang in there, the radio is still going live with the radio station, and that's going to be okay. So we're, tonight I have two guests. I have Morgan Reilly and Alex Grayson, and we are Facebook Living as we go, but we're going to come right back on. So the Facebook popped off, we'll pop right back on. Don't worry about that. But our radio station listeners are hearing us. We're working as we go.
We have the technology.
Yes, we have the technology, and we can pop right back on if we like. So, hi everybody. All right, so we are back live quickly, and we just want to welcome you to What's the Story with Maria. That's the name of the show. It goes live every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And Donna Prouse has joined us. Hi, Donna. How are you? So we had a little bit of a glitch with Facebook the beginning of our show, but now we're back on. So our regulars will be popping on as they always do. Tracy McHugh has joined us. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Kenny Green. Kenny Green is an amazing musical director. He's downtown. And Kenny, you're going to, I think, particularly like the show because we talk about touring a lot. Patricia Powell has joined us. Ed Kutu, he owns Blade Salon in Rocky Hill, Connecticut. Wow. Yep. So we have a lot of people from all over the place. And as I said, we had a little bit of a Facebook glitch, but we're back on now. So our radio listeners, thank you for your patience, and we're going to continue on with our show. Okay, so my two guests tonight are two incredible singers that I just love. And I get the opportunity to hear quite often because Darius Frowner and I run Singer Spotlight Night down in the Village at the Duplex. And these two lovely beings come in and sing and participate in all kinds of numbers and just make the energy even better than it would normally be. So I want to thank you guys for that because you're both really, really positive. And the reason I asked them to come on together, there's always a method to my madness. And I always name the show something. Tonight's show, Isabella Raskowski, that's my cousin in Massachusetts. Her name is Marisa, but Isabella's her daughter, so they watch there. Rena Crugnali Berge, she's my cousin, also in Massachusetts. Eva, she is she's out in Brooklyn, I believe.
Love that name.
Yeah,
Irina.
She's really cool. She's a jewelry designer and makeup artist, and amazing. So the reason I asked them to come on together is because what do they have in common? Everybody usually has something in common that I pull on the show together. I name the show Catch 'Em While You Can. And the reason for that is because I tried to get them both on the show for a long time. And it's a scheduling, like they're both, hi Michael Holland. Michael Holland has joined us, amazing musical director and songwriter. They both, at times I've tried to get them on, they're doing things, they're touring, they're in shows, they're working, and I want to talk about that too. Like, you got to get work off. You have to have these jobs that we need to finance our art. So, but now they're both. I feel like, pay attention. Take a screenshot of this night because they're not going to be here much longer. These are two people that are on the crest. They've already done amazing things, but they're on the crest of us not being able to catch them because they're going to be all over. I mean, Morgan You were just, I literally, I was Facebooking with Morgan because 2 days ago she was in LA and I thought, oh my God, does she remember she's supposed to be on the show? Is she going to be back in time? And I was panicking a little bit. And so you were doing amazing things in LA. So why don't we start with that? You just flew back in, what, today or yesterday?
Yesterday, last night. I got in at like 10:30. Last year I entered randomly on a whim this songwriting competition that Jessie J posted on her Instagram. And if you guys don't know who Jessie J is, look her up. She is one of the most amazing singers, songwriters, human beings. Like,
yes, she's really and positive and
just so like uplifting and so just interested in like fostering new talent. And she was like,
which is a rarity.
Yes,
especially because she's pretty young herself.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. So enter this contest randomly.
Yeah, randomly, like the last day that I possibly could. And it was called the Rose Challenge. And she released an album called Rose, and one of the tracks on it was a minute-long instrumental. And she was like, I want you guys to write something to this. I know how hard it is for artists to get discovered. I'll pick a winner eventually. And so I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it. Submitted this entry, didn't really expect to hear anything.
Did you submit a video entry or...
It was a video.
Okay,
I reposted it on my Instagram, #Rose Challenge.
All right.
She watched all of them herself. Like, she confirmed this with us.
Amazing.
And in April, all of a sudden, my following exploded on Instagram, and I saw that she had started following me, and I was like, what?
Yeah, you have quite a few. Just hold that thought. So Instagram. Chris DePiero has joined us. He's a great friend of mine, amazing filmmaker, and congratulations on one of his films was just in a film festival in Jersey City at the Golden Door. And Leah Sutton has joined us. She's in Miami, and she is in the art. She's in the entertainment business and has discovered a lot of famous people. And we love her, and she's the sweetest, most down-to-earth person. Mikey Pello. Hi, Mikey Pello. He's in Jersey. Leo Rodriguez, our accidental assistant, has joined us.
Hey.
Yeah, everybody knows Leo. He's famous now. Kristen Tripolitis has joined us, also an amazing singer and actor. Okay, so we have a few people that joined. Now, you were talking about Instagram. What do you think made your Instagram go from where it was to where it ended up?
All the content. And Jessie sharing the video on her own
Okay, so
Instagram.
she shared it. She shared your video that you submitted.
Yes, mine, and then there were two other winners, Jaden Gray and Christina Michelle.
Wow.
And she posted all three of our videos, and we were like, oh my gosh, what does this mean? Like, okay, we get a prize, I guess?
Yeah.
And a few weeks ago, I got a random email from Jessie's team, and they're like, hey, Morgan, we're doing a show at the Troubadour. We want you, Jaden, and Christina.
Which is in L.A., right?
Which is in L.A.
Okay.
And they're like, we want you, Jaden, and Christina to open for Jessie.
Wow.
And I was like, uh-huh. So I like called off work.
Did you talk to her? Actually talk to her?
No, we didn't speak until we met on Sunday.
How cool is that? Okay, hold that thought. Mary Raridan has joined us. Patty Howe has joined us. Eugenia Mesa, that's my honey. Hi, honey. Jed Jennings has joined us. He's out in Brooklyn. Incredible photographer, fashion photographer. Okay, so you got to open for Jessie J.
I did.
And you got to meet her that night?
Got to meet her that night. I was rehearsing behind the piano, and she comes up behind me, and she's like, hi, love. And I'm like, hi. And we talked for a little while. Channing Tatum was there. I got to meet him. He's really cool. Yeah.
How cool is that?
And we just, we talked. We hung out. We, just chatted in the dressing room, and then we got ready. I was the first person to go on, period.
And how much of a slot did you get?
We got 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, that's a nice substantial chunk of time.
Yeah.
So 3 of you, 15 minutes. That's 45 minutes of a pre-show before her show.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that's pretty generous, right?
Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah. Michael Vaccaro has joined us. He's out in L.A. Maybe there's 2 Michael Vaccaros that come on the show. One is in Massachusetts. I believe that's the Massachusetts Michael. And then Kenny Holcomb, he's in Nashville. Kim Alvarez, she is out in California. Are you in Santa Cruz now? I can't remember. Is this Santa Barbara? Let me know, Kim. I always forget, but she's out that way. I think it's Santa Cruz. So, wow, that's incredible. And that's just taking a chance and doing something. So, I think that's a wonderful lesson for everybody. Just if you don't try, no one's going to know who you are. You have to at least let people know that you're out there. Now, we're going to go back and forth. We'll go just back and forth to both of you. Now, Alex, so this is Morgan Reilly. We were just talking to Morgan. And this is Alex Grayson, and that's Grayson with an A, because I kept spelling it right and wrong in my head all over again. Like, did I get it right? They're questioning. So, Alex, I met you both probably about 2 years ago, would you say?
Yeah.
As singers that came to Singer Spotlight Night. There were just these great young people.
It's been a little bit longer.
A little bit,
Maybe
yeah?
three.
Three?
Maybe three, yeah.
Okay, so, and I just remember thinking, wow, like, they have such great energy, and that doesn't always happen, like, sometimes when people are younger, there's an arrogant edge because they don't know who they are yet, but you two just really are grounded, have these wonderful, beautiful attitudes, and you do, like, really great stuff in the world. So, Alex, now you've been blowing up as well, not just Morgan blowing up here. You had your Broadway debut, last year?
Last year.
In
yes.
Bronx Tale?
Yes.
Which
Bronx Tale the musical.
Yep, and that was on Broadway. I loved it. I didn't get to see you. I saw it before you were in it, not knowing you had been in it. I would have waited. But my friend Joe Barbara was in it.
Yes, Joe. He's great.
Yeah, he's a great guy and a real sweetheart. And so, what was that like, debuting on Broadway? That must have been like scary and amazing. And
it was terrifying the first time that I was performing on that stage. I don't consider myself a dancer, but I'm finding as a theater performer who does a lot of musicals, I'm always called on to do a lot of dancing and choreography, and somehow someone on the team believes that I can do it, and I always end up doing tricks and splits.
Well, you're really athletic. That I know because I know you work out quite a bit.
I played a lot of sports growing up.
Okay.
And I get into the gym a lot.
You work on yourself.
I think that lends itself to
being like more flexible, maybe, and being able to move.
Yeah, musical theater is like it's professional sport, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It is really like it is 8 shows a week. It takes serious fitness and conditioning,
stamina, vocally, physically, emotionally. Right?
You have to make it look easy.
That's the trick. Krista Kelly has joined us as well. Hi, Krista.
But it's funny, that audition that I had with Sergio Trujillo, who just won a Tony Award for Ain't Too Proud. He choreographed A Bronx Tale. The audition I had with him.
Darius has joined us, folks.
Darius.
Hi, Darius. He was just talking about you.
I learned in that audition with Sergio Trujillo that I could do a jazz split and do a Russian. I had never tried these things.
Well, that's where you get down and kick, right?
The kick into the air to the side. Yeah, I had no idea until I was called upon to do that. And I'm thankful for that discovery, because now I seem to be doing it in every other audition or show that I'm in.
Okay.
It's challenging, but it's a great sense of achievement to sort of transcend myself and my belief in what I'm capable of, and prove to myself that there are more things that I can do. Right,
but you, both of you, this is another thing that you have in common, seem to be, I mean, I know I'm right about this, I don't think I'm wrong, seem to be people that set goals and take steps to get there. You don't just say, well, why aren't I there? Or how come so-and-so's got that? And I've never heard either one of you complain about why you're not there. What I see you do is you're very giving to other performers, you're very helpful, and you set goals for yourself. It's like personal best. Does that kind of describe both of you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I see you. Lisa Marie Minghella has joined us. Jeffrey Campbell. Hi, Jeffrey Campbell, my friend, accountant by trade, but concert pianist. Really, that's what he's, Mr. Rachmaninoff. Okay, so now I'm going to come back to you because Alex is going on tour soon, and I want to talk about that. Morgan, I've seen videos of you as a little bitty tiny thing with a gigantic microphone singing. So how did that come to be? How did you know you could sing, or were your parents musicians, or how did that happen?
It's a very story is very near and dear to my heart. My dad was a DJ when I was a little girl. I was raised on beach music, smooth jazz, and Motown.
Wow. Oh, I happen to have my Motown shirt on.
Hey! And he says I was singing from when I was, like, born. Like, I was, like, thrust into the world and just kind of kept doing it. But my mom's side of the story is I would, like, go with her to get her hair done, and I had a little Fisher-Price boombox with that microphone attached to it.
I love it.
And I would sing along to these Disney tapes. And my mom's hairdresser was like, she's really good. You should do something about that. And when I was 3, they threw me into acting classes and dance classes and voice lessons, and I started doing musical theater.
Wow.
But I only did musical theater because I wanted to sing.
Right. Okay, so that was
acting scares me. I am a dancer, but like I would much rather just be in front of a microphone doing the thing.
Okay, and some people are the opposite. They're like, I don't want to sing. I'm an act, So I guess it's you find what it is with the place that you're comfortable, where it clicks in.
Absolutely.
And you focused on that. So where was that tape from? You said it was a telethon.
It was a telethon.
And how old were you in that tape?
I was 7.
7. And she was singing at the top of her lungs, just completely beautifully on pitch, with all kinds of style. And it was. Do you think that's where it kind of started? Where you said, did you say to yourself, "Hey, I think this might be something," or did you not know? You were just a little.
I mean, I always knew I was going to be a singer. Okay. But I didn't realize what I could actually do until my dad started, like, he would teach me how to play guitar, and we would just play guitar in the basement. And one day I was like, Daddy, you're playing in G. And he was like, how do you know that?
Right.
And I was like, how do you not know that? I thought everyone just knew what key everything was in.
Wow.
So once I realized that I had perfect pitch, and then once I discovered I had synesthesia on top of that, I was like, this is something different. I should do this.
Okay, so we want to get back. We're going to talk about that because Darius loves that. He's fascinated by that. All right. Alex comes from a military house. Yes, Darius, I was definitely going to. As a matter of fact, we should go right to that. Brian Johnson has joined us. Tom Chu has joined us. Hi, Tom Chu. Tom Chu is an amazing lawyer and friend of mine, and he is great with also entertainment people. So after the show, I'll let you know about Tom Chu. Okay, and Carol Portis has joined us. Hi, Carol. All right, so let's go with, because I was going to get there eventually, but let's do it now. So you come from a military family.
Yes.
And
both of my parents are.
Both of your, I didn't know that. I thought it was just your dad.
Army. My mother is technically not retired, but she's not active right now. My dad is retired, both Army. My mother is a nurse. She actually works at a maximum security prison right now.
Oh my gosh!
She's a nurse in the military as well. And my father is a pilot. He learned how to fly helicopters in the Army.
Wow!
And now he flies privately. And he's worked for DHL and Kodak and flown celebrities around in the past. And
good for him. And is that where you get your because you're very disciplined about your body, and you work out a lot. So would you say that's where that came from?
I think it's sort of a thing like PT. When you're in the military, you have to stay in shape. It's you have to pass the test. Mm-hmm. My mom was in the Army Reserve, so it was like. I think it was like twice a month she had to go away for the weekend, and part of that was the PT test. She's living her normal life, but you still have to pass that physical test and meet the Army standards. So I remember she was like a bodybuilder when I was very young, and I remember her lifting weights and taking me on base to go to the swimming pool while she worked out. And then my dad got me in the gym at a really young age. I think at like 12, he had me in the weight room.
Wow.
Training some basketball skills. But there was a lot of discipline.
Yeah, well, I get that.
I wasn't the best behaved kid, by the way, but there was a lot of discipline.
I don't believe any of that. He's trying to come off like a badass. I'm not buying it. You are a badass because you're talented, but not because you are unruly. Kia Nelson joined us. She's out in Philly. Bill Young has joined us. Hi, Bill Young. Chris Shapiro, she's got to be married. No, but she does have a boyfriend, Chris. Oh. So Chris was asking if you were single.
Who, me?
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, technically single. I'm not dating that guy.
Oh, you're not?
Cody, no.
Oh, okay.
No. That crashed and burned.
All right,
so someone.
One man's crash and burn is another man's you know, maybe who knows? Wonderful. All right, good to know.
Look at your man.
All right, well, see, I don't always keep up with what people are doing in their love lives, you know.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
What's synesthesia?
Right, good lead-in.
So synesthesia is, I don't want to call it a disorder because that makes it sound like a bad thing. It's not. It's a neurological thing where I see colors when I listen to music.
Wow.
So every key has a different color associated
Oh,
with
so
it.
that's why you knew it was in G?
Yeah. Because G is orange.
Well, to you it is.
To me it is. And
Okay.
different people have different versions of it. It's not just related to music.
Really?
It can be with letters, it can be with places, it can be with shapes.
So it's always colors, though?
With that specific type of synesthesia. It's called chromatosia, if you get really scientific with it.
Oh, I love it. I love all this stuff.
But yeah.
Really cool.
That is really cool. Dennis Martinez has joined us. Jeannie Craigie. Hi, Jeannie Craigie. She's in Massachusetts.
Superpower.
How old were you when you started seeing colors with music? And is it just chords that you see colors with, or note?
It's interesting. It's like listening to a song. I've never tripped on acid, but the closest thing I can compare it to is going on an acid trip without the acid. Because it's just a rainbow of colors rooted in whatever key the song is in.
Wow.
So if it's an F, F to me is green. So it's just a rainbow, but it's rooted in green.
How beautiful. So that's great. And that must fuel you too, right?
Absolutely.
It must totally fuel it. So you're in a way musically painting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I would see it that way. Because the way that you sing, there's a lot of like I was listening to one of your things today, and it's you're classic, not classic riffer, but you'd be under that category. But you have taken it to a whole nother level.
Thank you.
And you do these things that I'm like, whoa, wait.
Yeah.
Where did she write? Do you find that? She does that?
You're the female Brian McKnight.
Oh my god.
Oh, who doesn't love Brian McKnight?
Thank you.
Right. So now it makes even more sense to me, and I would see it as musically painting. Do you see it that way?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. All right. So Alex, now because I'll just keep talking and then I'll skip stuff that I want to talk about what you're doing now. Another reason I called it Catch 'Em While You Can, because Morgan, I know, is going to be traveling all over the country. She's already started to, and you're going to be traveling all over the country. And tell everybody why.
I am in rehearsals for the national tour of the Tony-winning Broadway revival of Once on This Island,
Which is my favorite musical of all time.
Wow.
It's my top number one.
It
Number
is-
one. Number two is West Side Story. Number three is Ragtime. Those are my top three shows.
FYI, Ragtime.
Yeah.
Same writing and composing team.
I know.
Stephen Flaherty and Lynn Ahrens.
They're amazing. So, we were talking about this earlier. You're going to be all over the country. My Boston people, sadly, he's not going to be in Boston, but he will be in New Haven. You'll be in Jersey and New Brunswick for our friends, but you're going to be a lot in the middle of the country and the West Coast, right?
Yes. I'm really excited about going to Seattle, Washington. I've never been there.
Okay. I mean, why not? But what is it about Seattle that is making you so excited?
Well, I have an aunt who lives there.
Okay.
And I've heard nothing but good things, and it's just one of those places that's so remote. I've sort of grown up on the East Coast and overseas, so I've never really visited that part of America.
And your family traveled, obviously, when you were younger, right?
Yes. Yeah, we traveled a lot. But never there. So it's uncharted territory, and I've only heard positive things. So really excited about that.
Yeah, the people are really cool. I hear, and the music scene is amazing.
Oh, yeah. We open in Paducah, Kentucky. I've never been there either.
Wow.
But we actually leave New York October 3rd, and we'll do previews in
Have you
Paducah.
started rehearsing already?
I have. So we're 2 weeks into our rehearsal process.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, Morgan, are you've already finished your album, or you're working? I know you're in the midst of it, right?
Yeah, so I'm working with this team based in Atlanta on an album. Fingers crossed it'll be out by the end of the year, but we're in negotiations right now.
Write this down.
There's just lots of legal stuff. So once we get that squared away, I'm going to fly back out to Atlanta. We're going to finish the album, get some more singles out into the world before we
So
drop
that's
it.
what you've been doing, releasing singles, right?
Yes.
So, my friend Mandar has joined us. I call him Mandar Chick Magnet. He's always flanked by beautiful women. Mandar's a great guy, and he loves music, so Mandar, you're going to love the show. So now, you have been releasing singles.
Yes.
Okay. If people want to hear you, what's the best thing? Should they go to YouTube? Should they go to Spotify? What's the best way for someone to hear Morgan Reilly?
Spotify for sure. Don't go to YouTube unless you want to see some really old musical theater stuff.
Okay.
But Spotify is where you want to go. It's under Morgan Reilly. So
Okay,
Morgan Reilly. It's easy to remember because it rhymes.
Okay. There you go.
And my Instagram is also the best way to keep tabs on what I'm doing.
And what is your Instagram? Is it also Morgan Reilly?
It's at I am Morgan Reilly.
Okay.
So I am Morgan Reilly.
Wow.
Wonderful. So follow Morgan on Spotify and Instagram. Obviously, Jessie J was following her, so I mean, you can take the time to follow her.
Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't, right? And so you write your own stuff?
I do.
Wow,
I've been
I'm
writing
impressed.
since I was 10. And
Not too much of an overachiever here. 10. What are you folks doing at 10? Oh my God. All right. So so you played an instrument. You played guitar, right? And you also play piano.
Piano, ukulele, violin, flute. I played the cajon. I learned at the duplex actually.
And you play so well.
Wow.
See, I
Thank
thought
you.
you were when you play the cajon, and you
it's
play
not
it
for
too.
me.
I thought, right?
I learned it
Well,
at
you're
the
doing
duplex.
splits. You're doing splits, Alex. So,
Yeah.
but when you play, you have like almost a Latin jazz feel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually picked that up from Logan because he brought me to the duplex for the first time, and he was playing the cajon, and I was like, I want
That's
to
where
do
you got
that. Yeah.
And because of the way you played, I thought you were Latin.
No.
I thought, oh, she's probably a Latina.
Not at all.
That's why she has that groove. But then I was like, Morgan Reilly, that doesn't sound...
No, I'm Irish.
That's
That, right?
That's it, but you have like, the groove that you have when you play cajon is very much Latin jazz. I love it.
Thanks.
It's great. So you play all those instruments, and did they come to you easily? Are you one of those people?
Yeah. I kind of just like, I picked it up. I spent like a week with it. I was pretty comfortable.
A week.
When I was like really small, I switched from the flute to the tenor sax because I went through a tomboy phase, and I was like, I want to do the big boy instruments. I can carry it. It's fine.
Right,
And then
right.
after a year with it, I was like, no.
Yeah,
This
it's
is the
heavy.
size of me. I don't want to
Yeah.
do this anymore.
Did you study music in college or?
I studied theater and I took like music classes because the
Okay.
school that I went to was liberal arts.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I started at NYU for like recorded music, and I wasn't ready for the city, so I transferred out of it.
Yeah, well, I think when the city is wonderful and beautiful, but I do think you have to be ready for it. Like
Yes.
the way you just said that. If you're either too young or you don't have the means to, because I think that's I got here when I was 27, and man, it was hard. It was hard even then. It's like you talk about scraping by, you are scraping by. And it's very easy to like just let go of that one branch you're hanging on to. So sometimes what I've seen with a lot of people that do come to the city is it's almost like I know they're doing the right thing by coming, checking it out, and then saying, I'm going to go back, work on this, and then I'll revisit it. And they do return.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're ready for it. And so when you left, did you go back to school somewhere else?
Yeah, I transferred to Muhlenberg College.
And where is that?
It's in Allentown. It was really close to home.
Allentown.
Now wait, I don't know if you know this, but my cousin Gina Savino has joined us. And when Gina Savino comes on, we clap. Gina Savino, everybody!
Hey!
There we go. Thank you. Hi, Gina. Nice to see you. Michael Mackesy has joined us. He was on the show last week. He's an amazing musical director. And he and Scott Barberino are doing this thing called Piano Bar Live that now, once you guys know where it's going to be, they go to these different clubs and they do like a 4-week stretch and they bring on guests, but they also live it. So it's a really cool concept. Hi, Michael, and I love Michael. Michael was my roommate for a short amount of time when I first came to the city. I sublet his apartment, but sometimes he would, because he was a musical director, he toured all over the country, and he's amazing. Darius, let me see. Yes, Alex should.
Oh,
No, there's nobody will be singing.
Off duty tonight. I'm off duty.
They're off duty. She just flew in from LA
Jet
singing
lag,
with Jessie
Darius.
J.
I'm tired.
Oh
But I'll
my
come back
God.
to the duplex sometime this week. I'll sing.
Yeah, well, Darius and I are at the Duplex on Mondays and Thursdays for Singer Spotlight Night, and we just have the most wonderful people that come and visit us, and Darius really knows how to pull these things together, and I think, Connor Wise has joined us. Connor Wise was there last week. Amanda, what are you saying? Would people in Allentown think of Billy Joel? That's a great question, actually.
We laugh about it because the song's technically about Bethlehem, with the Bethlehem steel.
Oh.
So we're like, that's not really about Allentown, but all right.
Okay.
But every time I tell people where I'm from, it's either, like the Billy Joel song, or,
right, well, that's the first
like
thing I think
42nd
of.
Street.
All right, I love it. I love it. Okay, so what are some of the things that you both do to stay in, and I'm not comparing you to anyone else, because I feel like you're both very individual people that don't compete with others. You kind of compete with your personal best. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
That's what I get from both of you.
Yeah.
And I personally think that's the way to go. If you start competing with others, there's going to be unhappy moments. It's not going to. Lauren Reingard has joined us. Hi, sweetheart. Okay, so what is something, Alex, that you do, or a few things, what's something that you do to stay in the zone that you need to stay in to compete in this business?
The number one thing is staying physically healthy. This is a tough city, and I know so many artists. We will get to a place where all of a sudden we're drinking every day, or a few times a week. And I've never really been big on that because I just feel like it kills me. I don't have. I'm a lightweight.
Well, because
I'm
you're in good shape. I think it has to do with being in good shape.
Yeah.
I feel like if people take care of their bodies, they are very sensitive to things like alcohol, smoking, not eating right, because you are pure. If you're taking care of your body, you're in a very pure state. So
Sure.
I like that you said that. So you don't think that's a good idea to go out and party all the time? It's fun, but
yeah, and it's a great way to be social, and like building relationships is such an important part of our industry. It's more valuable than how well you're doing in an audition, or really really anything. It's who you know. But I'd say to a certain degree, my drug is exercise and staying well rested and doing things so that I physically and spiritually feel well. And when I'm going long periods of time without being on a contract doing a show, I always get back to my acting studio. I'm in a Meisner studio. It's called Matthew Corzine Studios.
Wow, cool.
He's got a place on 36th and 8th.
all right, wonderful.
And I've been affiliated for, it's about 3.5 years now. And it's a great place.
So it's something that grounds you. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh,
go
for
back
sure.
It's like a homing pigeon, almost like you go back, do your work.
And it's a lot like church in the sense that we get in touch with what's really driving us. It's about truth telling. And then we work with text and put together some audition material and do scene work. It's an actor's paradise, I think.
See, that sounds exhausting to me. Like, that's what I mean. You like what you like. Like, to me, the acting stuff is really a lot of work. Like, to me, singing comes naturally. It's like, it's just so joyful and it's natural. Acting, I find harder for some reason.
Yep.
But that's so I respect that you do that you go back to that. Delvante Hart has joined us. Hi, Delvante. Carol O'Shaughnessy, she's in Boston. Hi, Carol. Let me see what people are writing. All right. Oh, they're talking about Chris's movie. Okay. All right. So now, that's what do you do, Morgan, to kind of stay in that zone? Do you do different things, or?
Well, similar to Alex, I'm actually a huge gym rat. My dad was a
Fantastic.
bodybuilder too.
Really?
So, yeah. So I've been in the
cool
gym
is that?
since I was 13, 14.
I do want to talk about the fact that your dad said, because you just played the Bitter End, didn't you?
did just play the
This is
Bitter
a big
End.
deal. The Bitter End is this great, amazing club in New York that's been there since the 60s.
Yeah.
And everyone that ever came up, it's kind of like a rite of passage, right? And your dad told you that?
Yeah, he was like, if you play the Bitter End, that means that like you're on your way up. And I
And
played the
he
Bitter
was
End.
a DJ, so he knew his stuff.
Yeah. So
And you-
Bitter End last week, Troubadour this week. It's been
What?
crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Catch him while you can.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think the biggest thing for me, though, on top of the physical health, is mental health.
I love that. I love that you folks were talking about this.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
because like this city is next to impossible, and I got out of a very, very toxic relationship. I was dating an addict, and it was hell. I would come home and not know what I was going to expect.
Wow.
And it took me literally saving his life, like taking him to the ER, like dealing with that. to be like, okay, I can't sacrifice my own happiness right now to focus on somebody else. He needs help outside of what I can give him. And I'm a very giving person. Like, I like to just, if you are my friend, I will go to the ends of the earth to make you happy. Like, it's
yeah, but you know what? Sometimes the best thing and the most loving thing you can do for someone is disconnect from them and say, I love you enough to walk away from you.
Yes.
That is actually a loving act. A lot of people don't know that. But it truly is to say, you have to stand on your own 2 feet. I mean, people did it for me when I was out there. You know, I mean, anybody that knows me knows that I've been sober almost 30 years. And the best, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, but the best thing that my friends did for me and my mom was say, oh, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Because it really wakes you up. So, you know, I'm a big advocate for end the enabling. So I love that you said that. Jerry Mastrolia has joined us. Jerry's going to be on the show. Is it next week, Jerry? I think it's next week. Yes. I'm looking forward to it. Mark Sittler has joined us. Megan Allen. You know Megan?
I do know Megan.
Oh, I love Megan.
Yeah, I love her too.
She's great. Yes, and very talented. Joseph Hunter has joined us. Joseph Hunter is my friend. He's out on Roosevelt Island. And he actually took care of my dog last year when I was on vacation.
Oh.
She still asks about you, Joe. And that's a really good point. It's very easy, I think, to get in this business or in this world that we live in of entertainment, to get sucked into that void of going out and partying every night, of getting caught up with someone that does. See, when I was out, when I was your age, you know, I was caught up in the partying. So, and I was dragging other people down, and I'm so glad that I got out of that. But it is taking care of yourself every day. And do either of you meditate?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's like all the cool people meditate. Esteban, because speaking of cool people, Esteban Carmona has joined us.
The Deuce.
What's up?
The Deuce, right.
The Deuce.
He's our friend. He's a
TV
great
star.
singer, but right now he's on a great show called The Deuce, which is it Netflix or Amazon Prime? I can't remember. Showtime, maybe. Esteban, HBO, okay.
HBO with
Esteban,
James Franco.
Yes.
Playing 2 roles.
So our friend Esteban is, he's on The Deuce. HBO. Okay, thank you. Maria D'Amato has joined us. She's from Massachusetts. Hi, Maria. Anyway, so we're just talking about what people do to take care of themselves and stay in this business, and it really is important because it's very easy to get swept up in that.
It's
now,
also like,
go ahead.
not dehumanizing in a way, but my nickname is the Alien. People
Why?
will like shout "Alien" at me when I do a certain riff. And
Why? Because it's just not of this earth, right? Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm just a robot that comes on stage and
We
sings.
want to put up some stuff. So should Mandar or Leo? Should we go straight to your Spotify?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So how would we just put in your name?
It's just Morgan Reilly.
Morgan Reilly. So if either Leo or Mandar can find Morgan Reilly on Spotify, that link, and post it, that would be so appreciated. That way our friends from the show can go and follow Morgan.
Yeah.
And how would they follow you, Alex? Do you have a website or an Instagram page or something?
I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
And it's my name. It's Alex Grayson. And I also have an artist page on Facebook that is Alex Joseph Grayson. That's my equity name.
Yes, I liked it, I believe.
And I'm also on Instagram, and my handle is Alex JG Sings. I'm pretty sure that's the only one that exists. With
Okay,
that name.
Alex JG Sings.
Yes.
Okay, so Mandar, thank you.
Hey,
Mandar's
so
the
quick.
best. He's wonderful. So this is Morgan's link to Spotify. Please go and check it out. Craig Beach has joined us. Hi, Craig. So go and check out Morgan. And Alex, do you have any of your singing clips on there as well on the Instagram?
If people scroll through, they can find some videos.
Well, we have Alex on our Singer Spotlight at the Duplex page. He's all over that too. So
Yes.
Adam Grimes has joined us. Hi, Adam Grimes, wonderful singer. Do you know Adam
Yeah,
Grimes?
I know Adam.
He's a beautiful singer, a beautiful guy. I need to take a moment because we have hit the part of our show where we do the food. Now, I told you both that I cook for the show, and because you're both healthy, I tried to stay as healthy as I could. Plus, I've been being very good about what I eat. But, okay, so here's what I made today. And we have tons of it in the kitchen, so this is not all we have. This is our display plate. So we have reached the part of our show called, go ahead, keep eating. You have to do it with me. Ready? Go ahead! Keep eating! All right, very good. Alex, that was very Italian of you.
Well,
All of a sudden,
what
you
can
were,
I say?
you were like one of the gambas here. Okay, so this is, I grilled a beautiful chicken here. And I had to write down what I put in it because I'm kind of like one of those kitchen sink cooks that throws everything in there. So I have to write it as I go because I'll forget. Okay, so I marinated the chicken in garlic salt, lemon pepper, umami, which is like a mushroom kind of ground up mushroom, sesame oil, ginger, cumin, white wine, scallions, and I sauteed some cubanelle peppers, which are like the long green peppers, and asparagus with some scallions, and we're going to put that over basmati rice. So that's what it looks like. That's our chicken. Oh. Yeah, it's really nice, but it's grilled, you see, because I'm trying to keep you guys on track. I don't want you to come here and go off the track and say...
Does Rachel Ray know about this?
She might. She knows she's going to be jealous. I cook for all my shows. Okay, what did I make for salad? I love salad. Anybody that knows me knows I love a good salad. Okay, so I made green leaf and spinach. To this week, I try to stay very green because of all the global green correctness that's happening, and I'm on board with that completely. So I really try to stay green. Avocado, delicious avocado. Cilantro is in here, and then I threw in for some color some cherry red tomatoes and some red onion. And we're going to put a red wine vinegar on that and an avocado oil, and also I've already sprinkled lime on that to keep the avocados from turning. That's a little trick, by the way. Avocados, if you put lime on them or lemon, will not turn color. They will stay green. Nice. Good to know, even if you make guacamole. Now, I had to have dessert because you don't have to eat it, but I have to have it. Okay, so these are sugar cookies, and the frosting is like I suspect it's a vanilla frosting, but the colors are fall because today I think is the first day of fall, or yesterday was the first day of fall. So we are launching into fall with our desserts. So these are sugar cookies that we're having. So that's what I've made for our show, because I feel like if I'm asking creative people to come on every week and bare their souls, I must stay creative every week. And so I challenge myself with food. And that's what I did. And I've been also, Gina's my cousin, who inspired me. She's been on the keto diet for a while. I've been on the keto for the last couple of months. And so I'm trying to stay very close to protein vegetables. So we hit that with that. Cass Graves has joined us. She's a great singer. Janet Betta, she is out in Connecticut. Hi, Janet. And Mandor, you, yes, you are quick. Jeannie is thanking Mandor. He's very quick. Thomas Lyman has joined us. He's a great singer. He's out in Massachusetts.
Wow.
Cool.
Earlier I saw Carol O'Shaughnessy. She's a great singer too. I don't know if I mentioned her name, but she's out there too. All right, so now, Alex, I wanted to mention something else about you recently were in an off-Broadway show called Tony Stone.
Yes, I was.
Tell us about Tony Stone. That was an acting piece, though, right? Not singing.
It's a play with some dance.
Okay.
And I guess there's a little bit of music, but it's sort of like music that there is a technical word for this, but it's music that exists in the environment that the play is taking place in.
Okay, like a bar, you'd hear a jukebox.
Yes,
that type of thing. Okay.
Yeah, there was some underscoring and ambient noise.
But you played a baseball player, right?
Yes. So the show Tony Stone, the namesake of the play, is a real person. She was the first woman to play professional baseball.
Amazing.
In the Negro Leagues in the 1950s.
Wow. Amazing.
And it's a very like cerebral narrative piece in which she speaks to the audience, and it's one woman and 9 men that play all these different characters, men and women in her life of different races, but the whole cast is African American. So it's really, really interesting. Camille Brown, who choreographed Once on This Island, the revival, actually also choreographed Tony Stone.
Wow.
So this is now my second opportunity working with Camille Brown, who is incredible.
Amazing.
Also, speaking of firsts, Camille Brown also choreographed Porgy and Bess, which opened yesterday at the Metropolitan Opera.
What?
And it is the first time that Porgy and Bess has been staged in a major opera house in 30 years.
Wow. Because I saw it on Broadway a few years ago with
Yes.
Norm Lewis.
Yes.
And I brought my dad, and my dad lost his mind.
And you probably saw it with Philip Boykin, who is in Once on This Island.
Oh, really?
Right now on tour. He played Crown, who was the villain.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, I remember him. He was amazing.
Yes, Tony-nominated.
What's his
role.
name?
Philip Boykin.
Can you tell him from me that he was amazing?
I will tell him.
He was so awful and mean that he scared the hell out of me. We had really close seats, and I just was like, whoa, he's bad.
Yeah.
But I knew that the actor was good, like just a really great acting job.
That's how you know.
We saw that with Norm Lewis and Audra McDonald, and my dad, God bless him, was flirting with Audra. That's all I'm going to say. After we waited, and he was literally like flirting. I'm like, excuse me? And she didn't seem to care. She was wonderful.
Wow.
She was really sweet. Paul Lucas has joined us. Hi, Paul. Josh Pennis has joined us. Hold on, let me scroll down here because I saw a few people. Thomas, yep. Okay, so now you're, you also were in The Color Purple?
Yes, I did a regional production of The Color Purple in South Carolina, in Hilton Head, South Carolina.
And the girl who played Nettie to your Harpo is going to be in Once on This Island.
Yes, playing Andrea.
How cool is that?
Yes, Brianna.
So that's going to be. So you're reunited. You seem to have a lot of links to people that you've worked with before, which is great.
Yeah, it's really cool. And this is the coolest thing about this industry is you're sort of growing with people, and it's not really a competition.
I like that what you just said. You're growing with people.
You're growing with people, and I've seen so many people. I'm going on 5 years here, and I remember that first time that I was at the audition studio, and I saw all these faces, and we're all so eager and hungry for whatever job we're going to get. And I've seen so many people graduate to being in a Broadway show, or now they're on TV, or they're the face of something, or they're a household name, and it's just so interesting.
But it's always about the work. Like one thing, because I've been here 30 years, and I've seen so many wonderful things and some not so great things, and I've seen people really skyrocket to fame, and then either sometimes stay there, sometimes not. But what I always admire is the work that they're doing, and when they're not working, what are they doing to stay in the game? So Mando, you have put up the roundabouttheater.org to get tickets for Once on This Island. Is that correct?
It looks like it's for Tony Stone.
Oh, for Tony Stone. Okay, so Once on This Island, that's going national tour, right?
Yes.
So if you want tickets, how would they find tickets to Once on This Island?
You can Google it. The name of the website. I think you can go to Once on This Island tour.com. It's easiest to probably Google that. We have an Instagram page and a Facebook page, and lots of cool video, and we show all the cities that we stop in.
Okay, and there's a lot
Tickets
of
are on sale now.
Yep, and you open on October 3rd, right?
We travel on October 3rd. Our opening. When is our opening? I can tell you in just a moment.
All right, you looked it up. Morgan,
Okay.
I want you to tell everyone, because we have about maybe 7 minutes left to our show. What's the next thing for you? Where are you headed? You're finishing your album. I know you got a lot going on.
Yeah. I'm taking the next couple of weeks off.
Good. That's good.
Living my life, just getting everything back together. Working. I'm a hostess at a restaurant on the Upper West Side.
Okay, that's what you do. That's what you do.
And just, breathing, hanging out with people that I haven't seen in a while.
Coming to Singer Spotlight night.
Coming to Singer
Lending
Spotlight.
your
I'll most
beautiful
likely
voice.
be there on Thursday.
Okay, great.
After work. And after that, I'm going to work on the album. I'm going to plan for a couple of shows. I'm trying to do one in October, one in November, maybe one in December. Because I keep overbooking myself. And it's just
I know, it's crazy. Well, that's what happens. Or you do something and you think you have all this time,
right,
and then things just start to come in. And then you're juggling, and it's hard. And we have to make money, too.
Yes, yes, we do.
We have to try to make money. that's the thing, it's like people aren't just throwing money at you all the time. I mean, if you get shows and different things, great, then you're set. Like, you have a contract. You know where your paycheck is coming from for the next few months.
Right.
But then there's other types of work where you get a gig and then you have to get the next gig and the next gig. So that's what you're working on. Okay. And Alex, you're going to be heading out soon.
I'm going to be heading out very, very soon.
Wow.
And I've never toured before. I've worked on cruise ships and I've traveled, but we always had the same room that we went back to, and now it's going to be different hotel. Sometimes we won't have access to a gym, or it's just a hotel gym where you have one bench and a couple of weights. And I'm sure that's enough for most people, but
so that's
not
something
for me.
That would concern you, right?
Yes.
So you're going to have to do what? Run or?
Well, I'm going to have to get creative and innovate and find a way to stay fit.
Wow, you see, there's a lot of us that wouldn't even think about that. They wouldn't even think, damn, this doesn't have a gym. Yeah. We would just think, like, where's the nearest donut shop? But, that's
plenty of those. That's America.
That is America. Rachel Foster has joined us. Sabat Talib has joined us. Leo, let me see what you put up there. Leo's put up the TPAC. .org/news. Okay, so this is Once on This Island announces the cast of the national tour. Thank you, Leo Rodriguez.
Thank you, Leo.
Leo.
Yeah, Leo's wonderful. Brett McLaughlin has joined us as well. Janet Brown has joined us. Mary Catlett has joined us. Hi, everybody. So we're glad you're here. Now, I want to remind people that What's the Story with Maria? Of course, I always Facebook it live as well, but it's going through Armed Radio. And let's say you're at your computer, you can't just go on Facebook, you're at work, and you want to listen to the show live. You just type in armeddigitalmedia.com, armedradioglobal.com, and you can stream it. And we're here 9 to 10 p.m. If you missed the show, you want to go back and watch the video, I always save the video, and you can go back and watch that. And you can listen to it in podcast, which is my favorite way, on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. And usually Jimmy, our engineer and producer, has it ready like around 12 hours later. Sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's longer, depending. But it'll pop up there. So in about 12 hours, you can listen to this in podcast as well, as many times as you want, and share it.
Mandar's a comedian.
Mandar is in finance, but he is a comedian. What is he saying now? I was on a diet, but I don't care. I know. I don't care. That's really good, Mandar. Yeah, Mandar is very funny. He says some really funny things. I know. I wish they could perform. We didn't go in that direction, and I wish I tuned my guitar. I didn't know you play guitar.
Very, very poorly, but
that's okay.
That.
But if you want to hear them sing, maybe when Alex comes back from tour, and then Morgan comes back from whatever she's doing, I'll have them on again, and we will be prepared.
Yes.
Maybe we'll invite Darius.
That would be fun.
That would really be fun. Darius, what do you think? Some night, maybe we should do that from here, a live, like, Singer Spotlight night, live from here.
Ooh.
That would be really fun. Yeah, we'll have to do. I've had musician parties before, and we've done that. Nice. So we have about, 2 or 3 minutes left to our show. So I always say this to people. Think about something you want to leave them with, like if someone is listening to the show and they're either in the business and they feel like they want to throw in the towel, or they're just starting off, or just words of advice about staying in the business and staying creative. What would you say, Morgan?
Well, when I was 17, I did a pre-college intensive at the University of Michigan, and our instructor, Brent Wagner, told us this one piece of advice that I carry with me every single day. If you keep looking sideways, you'll never move forward. You can't compare yourself to that other person. Oh my gosh, do I sound like them? I'm not as good of a singer. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. It's nonsense. You got to focus on what you can do and your inner strength, because nobody is as cool or as awesome or brings to the table what you can bring. So carry that with you.
I love it. That's fantastic advice.
Thanks.
Mr. Grayson?
Wow.
Or you can talk about something else. Yeah, go ahead.
Find what you love, and if you are telling yourself that you love something, get in touch with why that is, and be honest. because when you are really in love with what you're doing, there is no stopping. There's no trying. There is really only doing. And I love what I do, and I never question if it's the wrong thing. I might not. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm making the impact on the world that I want to be making, but I feel like I'm on the path.
Right.
So just getting truthful with yourself and loving yourself. If you can love yourself and do what you love, I think that gives you some longevity.
It's a big, and if you can find those things, it's a really big deal. It's a lot of people search a lifetime and they don't even know what they want to do or are good at. And sometimes people are not in the position to, like maybe they have kids that they have to support, or like we're lucky in that way that we have our lives and we are not responsible for other people right now, and we may have those things down the line, but that's another thing. Leo has put up also put up links to Once on This Island. Thank you so much, Leo. Thank you, Mandor, both of you, for doing all that. Now, even after this video ends, people are welcome to post things on, to keep writing comments on, and if you have questions, we'll try to answer your questions. Also, I have a Facebook page for What's the Story with Maria. Please go and like it. That would make my day. I also have an Instagram, What's the Story with Maria, that Leo runs that, started that for me, and Leo also started a YouTube channel for What's the Story with Maria. So what does that mean? That means he's uploaded almost, I think we have 114 episodes now. He's uploaded all up to 100. So you can go back and watch episodes that you missed, which is really cool in your own time. So please go and like all those things, the Instagram, the Facebook page, anything like that. How much time do we have, Jimmy?
A minute.
Okay, we got a minute. So we want to thank Jim Bell. He is out in New Hampshire. He's our producer and engineer. We would be lost without Jim Bell. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you to Alex Grayson. Thank you to Morgan Reilly. And look for them this year. Catch them if you can, because they're moving fast. And God bless everybody out there. Come back Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. right here on Facebook Live and Armed Radio. We love and appreciate you. Good night, everybody.